Ladies and gentlemen, friends and dreamers, success. We all want it. We all crave it. It's the bright future we see in our minds, the thing that we chase in every moment of our lives. But let me tell you something, success is not a comfortable procedure. If you think success is about waking up in a plush bed, sipping your coffee in peace, and everything falling into place just the way you want it, then you're only seeing the surface. The truth is, success comes with a price, and that price is discomfort. We are often told that the journey to success is smooth, easy, and filled with signs that tell us we're on the right path. But let me share this. Success isn't something that arrives at your door while you're lounging on your sofa. It's not handed to you on a silver platter. You have to work for it. You have to fight for it. And more than that, you have to be willing to stay in the discomfort that comes with the journey. When life hands you challenges, do you think successful people just sit back and wait for things to change? No. They face the storms. They walk through the fire. They rise through the hardships. They choose to move forward when every part of them is telling them to give up. They keep going even when their hearts are heavy, their minds are tired, and their bodies are screaming for rest. You see, success is not a destination, it's a process that demands persistence, patience, and an unwavering belief that even in the hardest moments, you are exactly where you need to be. In those moments when you feel like you can't take another step, when everything around you seems like it's falling apart, remember, that's the point where you grow. That is the point when you get stronger. Because the pain you're feeling today will become the strength you carry tomorrow. You will fall, you will stumble, you will feel broken, but I promise you, every step you take, no matter how small, gets you closer to the person you are destined to be. Success doesn't come from avoiding discomfort, it comes from embracing it. So the next time you face a challenge, don't run from it, don't hide from it. Step into it, knowing that the very thing that scares you is also the thing that will make you stronger. Success is born in the discomfort of pushing through when you don't think you can. Remember, the road to success is never easy, it's not smooth, it's not always comfortable, but it is always worth it. Success is not something that is simply given to you. It is not an automatic result of following a set of easy steps or taking the most convenient path. Instead, success requires discomfort and perseverance. These two elements, discomfort and perseverance, are the foundation upon which all lasting success is built. They are not optional. They are essential. Discomfort, in particular, is something that many people try to avoid. The moment something becomes uncomfortable, we tend to pull back, seek an escape, or look for a shortcut to make the situation more manageable. We live in a world where convenience is valued above all else. Fast food, instant messaging, quick fixes, and easy answers have become the standard in many areas of life. But when it comes to success, comfort will never lead you to greatness. True success is a product of pushing through the discomfort of challenges, obstacles, and failures. It requires you to step outside your comfort zone and to embrace the uncertainty that comes with trying new things, taking risks, and failing in the process. Discomfort is the birthplace of growth. It is the place where you learn to stretch your limits, challenge your beliefs, and become a better version of yourself. The discomfort associated with success is not always physical. It can also be emotional and mental. Sometimes the discomfort lies in the self-doubt and fear that accompany any big leap. You may feel overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of what lies ahead, or you may question whether you are even capable of achieving your goals. These feelings are natural, but they are also part of the process. If you do not face these uncomfortable emotions, you will never experience the growth that comes from conquering them. It is through the emotional and mental struggle that you build resilience, confidence, and determination. Perseverance goes hand in hand with discomfort. It is one thing to face discomfort once, it is another to keep pushing forward despite it. Perseverance is the ability to continue even when things are difficult, when success seems far away, and when all signs point to failure. It is the willpower to keep moving forward even when you want to quit. Without perseverance, discomfort would overwhelm you and you would give up at the first sign of trouble. Perseverance gives you the strength to endure, to keep showing up, and to keep putting in the effort, even when the road seems endless. There is a certain truth in the saying that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This is not just a cliche, it is a reality that applies to all aspects of success. Every challenge you face, every setback you endure, and every failure you experience adds to your arsenal of strength. When you push through discomfort, you are not just working toward a specific goal, you are also building your capacity to deal with even bigger challenges in the future. Success is not simply about achieving one particular thing, it's about developing the resilience to face the next challenge that comes your way. Every time you persevere, you grow in ways that go far beyond the immediate task at hand. Discomfort is often seen as a sign that you're doing something wrong or that you are on the wrong path. However, this is a misconception. In fact, discomfort is a sign that you are on the right path. It is a signal that you are pushing yourself beyond what is familiar and comfortable. And it is in these moments that true transformation occurs. The moments of discomfort are the ones that shape you. They are the moments that test your character and push you to discover what you are truly capable of. Without these moments, success would have no meaning. Without discomfort, there would be no growth. People who achieve great success in their lives understand that discomfort is not a sign to turn back. They understand that it is a necessary part of the journey. They are not afraid to fail, and they're not afraid to stumble along the way. They know that failure is a teacher, and the lessons learned in failure are often more valuable than the successes themselves. The discomfort of failure teaches you resilience, humility, and the importance of perseverance. It teaches you to keep going, even when the world around you seems to be falling apart. Success is rarely a straight line from point A to point B. It is often a winding, bumpy road filled with unexpected detours, roadblocks, and potholes. If you think that success is about avoiding these challenges, you are mistaken. In fact, these very obstacles are what shape the journey. They are what make the destination worthwhile. Every obstacle is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything that comes your way. Each hurdle you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to develop new skills, and to become more resilient. And as you continue to persevere through these obstacles, your confidence will grow, your vision will expand, and your capacity to handle future challenges will be enhanced. The discomfort you experience on your journey to success is not meant to break you. It is meant to build you. It is meant to make you stronger, more focused, and more determined to reach your goals. It is through discomfort that you learn what you are truly made of. It is through discomfort that you discover the depth of your inner strength. And it is through discomfort that you ultimately find success. People who have achieved remarkable things in their lives are often those who have faced the most significant challenges. They have endured great discomfort, but they did not give up. They did not let the discomfort defeat them. Instead, they used it as fuel to keep going. They kept pushing through, even when the path seemed impossible. They understood that discomfort was not a signal to quit, but rather a signal that they were moving in the right direction. Discomfort is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. It is the process through which you will become stronger, smarter, and more resilient. It is the forge in which your true potential is realized. It is the discomfort that transforms you from someone who merely wishes for success into someone who earns it. Success is not easy and it is not always comfortable, but it is always worth the effort. When you look back on your journey, you will realize that the discomfort you endured was not a barrier. It was the very thing that made your success possible. Success is not a final destination. It's a journey that unfolds over time, a continuous process rather than a singular achievement. Many people tend to focus on the end goal, believing that success is a one-time event that happens after reaching a certain milestone. However, the true essence of success lies not in the destination, but in the process, the effort, dedication, and growth that happens along the way. When you focus solely on the outcome, you may miss the most important parts of your journey, the lessons learned, the resilience developed, and the person you become along the way. Success in its truest form is not about achieving one specific thing or reaching a certain place. It is the result of a series of choices, actions, and experiences that shape you over time. The process of success involves constant evolution. Each step you take, every decision you make contributes to the person you are becoming. With each challenge you grow, With each setback, you learn, and with each victory, you gain the strength and confidence to face even greater challenge. It is this continuous growth that makes success a process rather than a fixed endpoint. One of the reasons why focusing on the process is so important is that it allows you to embrace failure as part of the journey. If you see success as a singular event, failure can feel like a huge setback, a defeat that halts your progress. But when you view success as a process, failure becomes something entirely different. It is no longer something to avoid or fear. Instead, it is an essential part of the learning process. Each time you fail, you gain invaluable insights into what doesn't work, which brings you one step closer to finding what does. Failure helps you refine your approach, adjust your mindset, and move forward with greater clarity and determination. Success as a process also encourages you to stay focused on your growth rather than on the external validation that comes with achieving a goal. While recognition and rewards are nice, they are not the true indicators of success. The real measure of success is how far you've come, how much you've learned, and how much you've grown as a person. When you place your focus on the process, you shift your attention from external outcomes to internal development. You stop waiting for permission or approval from others, and instead, you begin to trust your own journey and progress. This shift in focus allows you to stay grounded, maintain perspective, and remain motivated even when the road gets tough. The process of success also involves a certain level of patience. People often want to rush through the steps, eager to reach the end goal. But true success takes time. It requires consistent effort and dedication over an extended period. The process demands patience, as you must allow yourself the time to grow, to learn, and to face the inevitable setbacks along the way. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as you expect. However, the most successful people are those who understand that the journey is just as important as the destination. They trust the process, knowing that the time they spend developing their skills, building their resilience, and refining their craft will ultimately pay off in ways that go beyond mere achievements. To patience, success as a process requires flexibility. As you progress, you may find that the path you initially envisioned isn't the one you need to take. Circumstances change and new opportunities arise, sometimes in unexpected places. If you're rigid in your thinking or too focused on a specific outcome, you may miss these opportunities. Success requires the ability to adapt, to change course when necessary, and to keep moving forward even when the road ahead looks different from what you originally expected. Flexibility allows you to stay open to new experiences, to adjust your strategy when needed, and to keep making progress even when things aren't going according to plan. Success as a process requires self-reflection. In order to grow, you must take the time to reflect on your progress, your mistakes, and your achievements. Self-reflection allows you to assess where you are in your journey and to adjust your approach if necessary. It helps you to understand the lessons you've learned along the way and to identify areas where you can improve. Self-reflection also encourages you to celebrate your victories, no matter how small. These small victories are important milestones in the process of success, and acknowledging them helps you stay motivated and focused. The process of success also involves consistent action. It's not enough to have a goal or a vision. You must take deliberate steps every day toward that goal. Success requires consistent effort, even when you don't feel like it, even when the progress seems slow, and even when the obstacles seem insurmountable. Consistent action is what separates those who succeed from those who give up along the way. It's the small, everyday efforts that build momentum and lead to meaningful progress over time. Every step you take, no matter how small, is part of the process that will eventually lead you to success. The process of success requires a strong sense of purpose. Without purpose, the journey can feel aimless and the setbacks can feel like insurmountable barriers. When you have a clear sense of purpose, however, you can endure the challenges and stay motivated even when the journey gets tough. Purpose gives you the strength to keep moving forward even when the outcome is uncertain. It provides the clarity and focus needed to navigate the ups and downs of the journey. Purpose is what fuels the process and makes the pursuit of success meaningful. Success is not about the destination, it's about the process. It's about the growth, the learning, and the transformation that happens along the way. The process is what shapes you, molds you, and ultimately leads you to the success you seek. When you focus on the process, you develop resilience, patience, and clarity. You become more adaptable, more self-awareness, and more confident. Most importantly, you enjoy the journey, knowing that success is not just about reaching a goal, but about becoming the person you were meant to be along the way. The journey towards success is never easy, and it's often filled with uncertainty. Life doesn't always hand us clear paths, and sometimes we feel lost or unsure of the next step. But the power of belief is an incredibly important force in this journey. It is the force that pushes us to keep going even when things don't make sense, when the results are not immediate, and when the road seems too difficult to navigate. Belief is not just about faith in the outcome, it's about faith in yourself, your ability, and the process. It is the anchor that keeps you steady in the face of doubt, the fuel that drives you when everything seems to be working against you. Believing in yourself is essential because it allows you to trust your instincts, your decisions, and your path. Self-doubt can be crippling. It can prevent you from taking risks, trying new things, and putting your full effort into pursuing your goals. But when you believe in yourself, you give yourself permission to take risks, to embrace uncertainty, and to step into the unknown with confidence. This belief creates a sense of possibility. It reminds you that no matter how difficult the journey may seem, you are capable of handling the challenges ahead. Belief also has a profound impact on how we approach setbacks. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to be consumed by disappointment and frustration. However, when you believe in your ability to overcome challenges, setbacks are not seen as failures. Instead, they become opportunities for growth, for learning, and for resilience. Believing in yourself allows you to look at setbacks with a mindset of curiosity and determination. Rather than seeing them as dead ends, you start to see them as necessary steps in the process, ways to refine your approach, and moments to learn how to adjust your strategy. When you believe in the process of growth, you understand that success is not an immediate result. It is a culmination of consistent effort, learning, and evolving. It is about putting in the work, staying committed, and having the patience to know that results may not come overnight. Believing in the process gives you the ability to remain grounded, to stay focused on what's important, and to not get discouraged by slow progress. The belief that everything you are doing is leading to something greater keeps you moving forward, even when you can't yet see the end result. The trust in the process gives you the strength to continue, to push past moments of doubt, and to move with purpose, even when the immediate rewards are not apparent. Belief is also contagious. When you truly believe in yourself, in your journey, and in the power of perseverance, it has a ripple effect on those around you. People are drawn to confidence and determination. They are inspired by others who face adversity with strength and resilience. Your belief in your own success can motivate and encourage others to believe in themselves as well. In this way, belief doesn't just propel you forward. It can create a network of support and positivity that enhances everyone involved. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in you is just as important as believing in yourself. These people will be there to lift you up when you fall, to remind you of your strengths when you forget, and to encourage you to keep going when the road gets tough. Another important aspect of belief is the ability to see beyond the immediate obstacles. It is easy to get caught up in the day-to-day struggles, to focus solely on the challenges that are in front of you. But belief allows you to maintain a long-term vision. It helps you remember that the difficulties you face today are just small parts of a much larger journey. Belief helps you to keep your eyes on the bigger picture, to not let temporary setbacks cloud your vision of what lies ahead. It's about understanding that success is not about one perfect moment, but rather a series of moments where you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can learn from every experience, and that you are moving closer to your goals every day. Belief also plays a critical role in maintaining your passion. When you believe in the value of what you are doing, in the importance of your goals, you are less likely to give up when the work gets hard or the excitement fades. Passion is not something that can be forced. It comes from truly believing that what you're doing matters. This belief can fuel your efforts even when the energy starts to wane. It helps you keep your focus and stay connected to the deeper purpose behind your work. Passion is what keeps you going when you feel tired, when others around you might be losing faith, and when it feels like progress is slow. Belief in yourself helps you remain adaptable. Sometimes the path you thought you would take doesn't turn out the way you expected. Things change, circumstances shift, and new opportunities arise. If you are too rigid in your approach, too fixed on a particular outcome, it can be difficult to move forward when things don't go according to plan. However, when you have belief in yourself and the journey you are on, you become more adaptable. You trust that whatever changes or challenges come your way, you will be able to handle them. This belief gives you the flexibility to adjust your course, to look for new opportunities, and to stay open to unexpected possibilities. Belief in yourself, in your ability to adapt and grow, gives you the confidence to keep moving forward no matter what. Belief is the foundation of success. It is what keeps you going when things are tough, what gives you the courage to take risks, and what drives you to continue growing even when the progress seems slow. Belief shapes the way you approach setbacks, allows you to trust the process, and enables you to stay connected to your passion and purpose. It is the fuel that powers the journey and the light that guides you through the darkness. Belief is not just about hoping for success. It's about knowing that no matter what obstacles come your way, you have the strength, resilience, and ability to overcome them. Challenges are often viewed as obstacles to success. They are the barriers that we must face, the problems we must solve, the tests that we must pass. But challenges are not just hurdles in the path. They are also opportunities for growth, transformation, and self-discovery. When you confront a challenge, you are not only dealing with the immediate issue at hand, but you are also laying the foundation for something much greater: personal growth. Challenges force us to stretch beyond our current limitations, to think in new ways, to develop new skills, and to become stronger, more capable individuals. One of the most important aspects of facing challenges is recognizing that they are inevitable. Life is full of unpredictable events, changes, and problems that you cannot avoid. No one's journey is free from hardship. The question then is not whether challenges will arise, but how you will respond to them. Your response to challenges will determine your growth and ultimately your success. At first, challenges can feel overwhelming. They often arrive at the most inconvenient times, and they may seem insurmountable in the moment. It's easy to become discouraged, to question your abilities, or to feel as though there is no way forward. But it is in these moments of difficulty that you have the greatest opportunity for growth. When things are easy, there is no need to stretch beyond what you already know. But when you face a challenge, you are forced to push your boundaries. You are forced to tap into strengths and abilities that you may not have even known you had. The act of overcoming challenges builds resilience. Resilience is not something that comes naturally to most people. It is something that is developed over time through repeated exposure to adversity. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. Every time you encounter a setback and manage to overcome it, you learn how to handle similar challenges in the future. You learn to cope with uncertainty, to deal with failure, and to maintain your focus even when things are difficult. In short, challenges teach teach you how to keep going no matter what. Another key element of challenges is the opportunity they present for problem solving. When you face a problem, you are forced to think critically, creatively, and resourcefully. You cannot simply rely on the same solutions that worked in the past. You must adapt and find new ways to approach the situation. This constant need to innovate and adapt strengthens your problem-solving abilities, making you more equipped to tackle future obstacles and to catch a call to more fulfillment. Problem solving is not just about finding the right answer. It's about developing a mindset that is willing to explore all possible solutions and to embrace uncertainty as part of the process. Challenges also provide valuable lessons in patience. We live in a world that often expects immediate results. We want success right now, and we want everything to go according to plan. However, life rarely works that way. Challenges take time to overcome. The process is often slow, and progress is not always linear. This is where patience becomes essential. The ability to remain calm, focused, and persistent during challenging times is a skill that will serve you well, not only in your professional life, but also in your personal life. Patience allows you to stay grounded, to make thoughtful decisions, and to avoid making rash choices when things aren't going well. Facing challenges also builds confidence. Each time you face a difficulty and come out the other side, you gain a deeper belief in your own abilities. You prove to yourself that you are capable of handling adversity, that you have the resilience to bounce back from setbacks, and that you can find solutions to the problems that arise. This confidence doesn't come from avoiding challenges. It comes from confronting them head on and learning from the experience. As you grow in confidence, you will become more willing to take on bigger challenges, and your capacity to succeed will increase. Challenges encourage personal development. They are opportunities to learn not only about the world around you, but also about yourself. When you are pushed to your limits, you discover new things about your character, your strengths, and your weaknesses. Challenges allow you to examine your beliefs, values, and priorities. They give you the space to reflect on who you are and who you want to become. Each challenge you face has the potential to reveal something new about yourself, whether it's a hidden talent, an untapped resource, or a belief that needs to be reevaluated. This process of self-discovery is essential for personal growth and success. Challenges also teach the importance of persistence. Success rarely happens overnight. It is the result of sustained effort, the willingness to keep moving forward, even when things get tough. When you face a challenge, you have the choice to either give up or keep going. The most successful people are not necessarily the ones who are the smartest or the most talented, but the ones who persist in the face of adversity. They understand that success requires a long-term commitment and that challenges are just a part of the journey. Persistence is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up along the way. Challenges foster a sense of purpose. When you are faced with difficulties, you are often forced to reevaluate your goals and your motivation. The challenge may make you question why you are doing what you are doing and whether it is worth the effort. This process of questioning can help clarify your sense of purpose and make your goals even more meaningful. It is in the face of challenges that you find the drive to keep pushing forward, to keep striving for something greater, and to continue pursuing your vision despite the obstacles. In conclusion, challenges are not just obstacles to success, they are stepping stones to personal growth and achievement. They provide opportunities for resilience, problem solving, patience, confidence, personal development, persistence, and purpose. Every challenge you face is an invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Embracing challenges as opportunities for growth will not only lead to success, but also to a deeper understanding of yourself and your potential. So the next time you encounter a challenge, don't see it as something to fear or avoid. See it as a chance to learn, to grow, and to move one step closer to your goals. Success is rarely a smooth, unbroken path. It is not a linear journey from point A to point B, but rather a series of ups and downs, of victories and setbacks. Many people expect success to be straightforward, thinking that once they've decided on a goal, it will be achieved without significant struggle. But the reality is that progress is not always linear, and setbacks are an unavoidable part of the process. The key to success lies not in avoiding these setbacks, but in learning to navigate them with resilience and determination. The first thing to understand about setbacks is that they are not failures. Setbacks are a natural and necessary part of any journey. They provide an opportunity to reflect, reassess, and adjust your approach. Without setbacks, there would be no learning, no growth, and no room for improvement. It is through overcoming setbacks that we build the strength and knowledge that help us move forward in the future. Every time you encounter a setback, it's a chance to refine your skills, to reconsider your approach, and to come back even stronger. Setbacks can often feel discouraging, especially when you're putting in the hard work and making a sincere effort toward your goals. But it's important to remember that progress is not always immediately visible. Often, setbacks are just a temporary pause in the larger picture. It may feel like you've hit a wall, but in reality, you may only be standing at the base of a mountain that you need to climb. Setbacks force you to slow down and reconsider your path, but they do not signal the end of your journey. Sometimes setbacks even serve as an important redirection, leading you to discover new paths or opportunities that you hadn't considered before. In many cases, setbacks also provide valuable feedback. When something doesn't go as planned, it's an opportunity to look back and ask why it didn't work out. What could you have done differently? What did you learn from the experience? This process of reflection helps you identify areas of improvement and develop a better strategy moving forward. If everything always went according to plan, you would never gain the insight needed to make informed decisions in the future. Setbacks push you to become a better problem solver, to think creatively, and to adjust your approach when needed. One of the most important things to understand when facing setbacks is that they do not define you. They are a part of the process, not a reflection of your abilities or your worth. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that a setback means you are not good enough or that you will never succeed. But that's simply not true. Every successful person has encountered setbacks on their journey, and they have all faced moments where it seemed like their progress had come to a halt. What separates those who ultimately achieve their goals from those who don't is their ability to stay focused and keep moving forward despite the setbacks. The people who succeed understand that setbacks are temporary. They know that the challenges they face today are not permanent obstacles, but opportunities to grow. They don't let a setback define their future. Instead, they use it as motivation to keep going, to adjust their approach, and to refine their strategy. This mindset is essential for long-term success. If you view setbacks as permanent failures, you will be paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. But if you view them as stepping stones to greater growth and understanding, you will keep pushing forward and ultimately achieve your goals. Another important aspect of setbacks is that they teach us the value of persistence. Success requires consistency, and consistency is built through the ability to keep going even when things aren't going as planned. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, but true success comes from the ability to stay committed even when the road gets rough. Setbacks are the ultimate test of persistence. When you face a setback, you have a choice. You can either give up and walk away, or you can keep going and fight through the difficulty. It's this commitment to persistence that ultimately leads to breakthroughs and achievements. Setbacks often highlight the importance of patience. There's a tendency in today's fast-paced world to want immediate results, but success rarely happens overnight. It is a gradual process that requires time, effort, and patience. Setbacks can serve as a reminder that great things don't happen instantly. Sometimes success requires years of effort, and it requires a willingness to wait for the right moment. Patience allows you to endure setbacks without losing hope. It teaches you to trust the process and to understand that the journey is just as important as the destination. Progress may not always be linear, but this does not mean that setbacks are pointless. In fact, they are an integral part of the success journey. Each setback is a chance to learn something new, to refine your approach, and to get one step closer to your goals. The most successful people are not those who have never faced setbacks. They are the ones who have faced them head on, learned from them, and continued forward. For the difference between those who succeed and those who give up lies in the ability to keep moving forward when progress slows down or when setbacks occur. Success is not about avoiding obstacles. It's about learning how to move through them, grow from them, and keep pushing toward your goals.